On today's Minute of the Apes, the cast suddenly realizes their watch has notified them all at the same time to get in their step goal.
Hello and welcome to Minute of the Apes, the daily podcast where we break down every minute of the Planet of the Apes movies 1 minute at a time. I'm Todd, stepping away to the goal. That's Richard.
Right.
And Sean, are you moving today?
Taco Tuesday. I gotta work them off.
How many steps do you try to get in a day?
I don't track.
Do you not track your steps?
It's a lot.
So
Like, how many do I get in a day?
I didn't know, with you being all about fitness, if you actually kept a record.
So I have a guy who helps me kind of do my macros, which I don't follow 100% anymore. But anyway, he early on wanted me to have a step goal. So I have a watch that notices my step goal. Mm-hmm. The point is, I was overachieving that step goal every day just by the nature of being at the store and standing all day long.
Okay.
That's true.
So in terms of a goal itself, I easily get over 10,000 a day, if not more.
Okay.
Even when I'm at home on a Sunday, I still move a lot more.
There,
So I don't have a goal. Do you have a goal that you have to try and keep up with?
I try around 8 to 10,000 if I can make it, and I usually do a pretty good job, unless it's one of those days where the world falls apart and the work needs me to sit.
But
in
you
the chair all day.
usually sit for a living. I stand.
Yeah,
big difference.
That is, man. That whole idea of sitting for a living. Sean and I both have those kind of jobs where you sit a lot. It sucks. You don't think about how often you're sitting on your ass.
Yeah. But you do know the whole 10,000 steps a day thing is just kind of made up.
Oh yeah.
But do you know why it was made up?
No.
Because it was invented as part of the marketing campaign for an early pedometer ahead of the 1964 Tokyo Olympics. The Japanese character for 10,000 looks rather like a person walking, so the device was called the Manopiki, or 10,000 step meter. So they only called it 10,000 steps because 10,000 looks like a person walking in Japanese.
And that's cool. The reason that I do it is simply because it's a number that I can remember that I'm trying to do, and it's easy to set your watch to do that.
Well, and for a lot of folks, the idea of being able to get steps in is the idea that you're being more active, right?
Yeah.
So as a goal, I think it's a great idea to set a step goal to remind yourself,
Well, yeah, to
I'm
get
not
up and
moving,
move,
I'm moving,
yeah.
I'm moving, I need to move around a lot. I love the idea of a step goal.
But 10,000 is just arbitrary because
It
looks
is.
good.
Somewhat, yeah.
But it was one of those that when I got a Fitbit, it was. Is 10,000 good? I thought, well, I go for a walk every day, and I try every hour to get up and just walk around so that I'm not sitting on my ass. So I think it's great.
That's what 10,000 looks like in Japanese. So I guess that's it. Kind of
That's
looks
a
like
person walking.
I guess I can
I
kind
can
of
see
see
two
that.
legs.
Well, this all comes about because Richard did nail it with his tease. That does look like the Planet of the Apes Fitbit is telling them to get going, doesn't it?
Let's just saunter up at the beginning of the minute, and then midway through, let's go!
Let's go.
All right, so we've teased that. Sean, tell us what's happening with minute 87.
All right, we start minute 87 with fuel still being engaged, and end with Davidson giving a history lesson.
All right, here it comes. Fueling the engage of Planet of the Apes.
All right, there's one possibility, but that's it. Oh, we gotta draw them in close. I want all those people behind the ship, but don't hide them. They need to be seen.
What about us?
You're gonna be on horseback in front of the ship. You're gonna be the bait.
I won't move till you say so.
You won't even be out there.
But I can do this just as well
Look,
as
I know
anyone
you
else.
can. I need you back there with them, okay? All right, we got one shot. Let's go. All right, listen up, everyone. I got an idea. May give us a chance. I need everybody to get back behind the ship. Hey, we can win this. It's been done before. On my planet. Look, our history is filled with men who have done amazing things. That history belongs.
As of minute 87, we have an Oberon's worth of apes and humans, 2 displaced pods worth of humans and apes, so many wild humans and Ape City minus 2 gorillas, and humans on the loose and monkeys in a camp.
Visually, we start off with the fuel-engaged lights blinking around in the fit pit upon the Oberon. Marky Mark runs from his seat. Outside, we get a wide vista shot, and that's weird that I say that right then. My Fitbit says, you need to move.
That's right.
So Marky Mark runs outside. He has got his counsel.
No, he walks.
You're
He walks.
right. He is just sort of walking. He has his counsel, which involves
Dana,
Dana,
Burn, and then the
unnamed.
Tivol,
is that his name?
something like that.
Untivil?
Tivol.
Tivil.
Let me go. I'll go find it. I
He's
can't remember.
unnamed in the movie.
Okay, so they go out, and Leo is looking out on a horizon that is like, I don't
Dusty.
understand.
Gunner.
Going back and forth with the kid, they must run back,
Suddenly.
and that is because you know why they decided to run? Because they hear Leo going, all right. There is so much breathe talking going on this. They turn, they run, they come back. Ari sort of stands up and walks to them. She wants to hear what's going on. As Leo runs in and all the humans gather around him, and he gives the most uninspiring, inspirational speech.
We have got to talk about that. Oh my God.
He runs. He goes a little bit closer to the camera. Everybody's looking at him. We get reaction shots of the humans. So let's begin with that the fuel engage from
What
the
it- what
previous
is-
moment. He's
didn't-
noticed something.
And we didn't talk about it before. What does fuel engaged mean? The fuel is engaged. What does that mean?
Well,
That's a good point.
I don't understand what it's trying to tell me. I can understand you're telling me how much fuel is left, but what does fuel engaged mean?
Well, yeah, so the thing is, as the audience looking at this, I would see fuel engage. I would not connect. I can do something with this that isn't getting off this planet. If this were a weapon system, that would make sense to me.
Right.
So whatever he's thinking of right now, up to this minute, I would have no clue what his plan is.
Yeah, because if it said weapon engage, I'd understand. That means weapons are hot. I can use them now. But fuel engage means I can use my fuel now to do what?
Exactly. Yeah.
Should he not be seeing some of this, like, on one of the security camera that works or something, that the engines are here, the apes are coming, someone tells him the apes are coming, so he's drawing together. Okay, I'm gonna spoil this for you.
Well, I think we all know what he's going to do. He's gonna try
But
to
for those
blow
who
up the
maybe
apes.
haven't put it together, he's going to use this engine to annihilate them somehow.
It's a really shitty idea because you've got one shot and you've got one direction. So you have to make sure that the entire army runs right into the engine, because once you shoot it, all they have to do is not run that direction anymore.
Right.
They don't have to run at the engine. They just go to the side of
I
it. Anyway.
really needed him at some point to say the Oberon is a research vessel and we have no weapons. I would have liked to have heard that. So we need to
agree.
find another way of doing
I mean,
this.
this
And
is
then
an
he sees
ambassadorship.
he
Right.
could say. Well, I mean, that whole thing with
Took you a
Ari,
second.
the whole moment with
Yeah.
Ari, where he tells her to lick her wounds and go fix herself. It could have easily. She could have easily said, "This does this have any weapons?"
Right.
For him to answer, it was a research vessel. It doesn't have any weapons.
That's true.
Then he sees the fuel cells. But I've got an idea, and then they go outside. Like it would tell me that he's doing something other than flying off the ship, and they don't have the ability to fire
when
weapons.
he's out there, when he's looking on the horizon, he should be looking at how far, it spreads. The spread could happen, and he needs to be looking at. By the way, if you watch Fabelmans, it would tell you that this shot of the horizon is wrong.
Oh, is it right in the middle?
Yeah. Did you finally watch it?
I know, but I know the scene you're talking
Yeah,
about. And
it-
I've heard that story before.
John Ford classically Steven Spielberg actually met famous director John Ford, and one of the things he taught him was, you see the horizon, it's either at the bottom or the top. Everything
the
else
middle?
is wrong and boring, and this is literally right in the middle.
That's a great, yeah. I
And
like that.
He's like, you're either going to make it to where the horizon is so far off I can't attain it, or it's there and it just feels endless.
And it's called the rule of thirds.
And so, and in the Fablemans, that actually becomes a little bit of a shtick of the story.
well, I mean, they just keep in mind they just didn't paint that way.
Yeah.
They didn't paint that high up or that low.
So basically, they run out, and he's not looking at what the spread of that engine would be.
He's not trying to figure. Yeah, I mean, why did they have to stop right here? I mean, besides the camera is right there.
And unfortunately for them, with the horizon they're looking at, man, if I'm the apes, I don't know that I'm just approaching straight
running
on
straight
at that shit.
that, yeah.
Is anybody else bored that we've been in 20 minutes of Twilight or
Day for
Dawn?
night.
Like I'm getting really tired of the same blue because clearly
Well,
they're.
no, you're not the only one. If you go to 9 seconds, look at the black guy on the left hand. He just says, fuck this. I'm going to start whittling. I'm bored with this
He
scene
does.
as well."
He does. Yeah. Yeah. You know, they're for Burton, the fact that we have this giant ominous spaceship behind them, these really need to be more epic.
Agreed.
These moments needs to be they're standing as like the shadow of a giant spaceship. He could have captured some really great
Well,
stuff
that's
right
enough.
there.
Have Davidson climb up the spaceship, and they're on top of the wreckage looking out.
Yeah, that'd be freaking cool.
Instead of just standing here. Yeah.
And so basically, when we get to them out there, it's a lot of what is Leo looking at on the horizon? He doesn't see anything that says the ape army is coming that
Coming
way.
That direction. We just know that it's somewhere over this way.
And so, why is he looking out upon the horizon back to these people, telling them a plan they have to get back behind the ship? He doesn't know they're coming that direction. We're not in a valley that would make them. If this ship had created a crater and it were laying in that crater, and the only way to come was down that valley,
that'd be something different.
okay, maybe he's looking at it. But as it is now,
You can come from any
he's
direction.
a fucking idiot.
Well, I mean, we also know that Ari and Krull were able to travel wherever this is, so clearly they're not being secretive. We know there's a giant army over there.
Yeah.
So his plan involves moving the people behind the ship, but they need to be seen.
I wanted,
And he's going to throw Dana in front
You're
of
the bait.
You're the front of the ship on horses.
Right.
But he's not telling her what's happening. He's literally saying, I'm going to put you on horses in front. I need everybody back behind you. I'd be like, am I in the way
why?
of something?
Yeah, what's
are
going on? What's
what
the
the
plan?
hell? And I'm telling you right now, I mean, we knew this at the last minute when Krull was like whittling, or Byrne was whittling away at his little thing. Like, this is just going to go wrong. I mean, they couldn't be a little more
They can't
subtle about
win,
this. The kid has to ask, I'm going with them. No, you're not. I need you to do this. No, this spoils of, hey, something's going to go wrong with this plan and it's going to be that fucking kid's fault.
First of all, I want Davidson to say, I need you guys to get back behind the ship. Like, so far back, like go back to your cities, actually. Just piss off. Like, go away, everybody.
Actually, this little kid needs to piss him off so much. He needs to be the bait. I want you to sit there. It's going to get really hot, but just understand, I love you.
I mean, Davidson
Kill
could
him.
have said something like, I need you. Why? You can't be bait because I need you to take over if something happens to me. Like, try to pump up the kid a little bit to try to make him my second in command instead of, but I want to go to Tashi Station and pick up the power converters.
So
bad.
So they have to run because he says, let's go.
Let's go.
So he makes them all run back to camp. And then what we get is Ari sitting off in a corner dealing with her hand. Why couldn't she have been sitting with Krull? Why couldn't they be having some type of powwow?
Yeah, why isn't Krull
Where's
actually
Limbo?
attending to that? Why don't
Why
we
is
have
she
a
just-
moment of him fixing her wound?
Why is she just sitting off to the side like, oh, are they back? Like, I get you're at a camp and you're bored. I've been there. But she didn't have a phone to look at. So she's just looking at the palm of her hand. And she would be sitting with somebody or sitting on a rock looking out. Like, there's something, the fact that she gets up from doing nothing is just kind of a little weird.
Well, also in the shot when they turn to run, there are pockets of humans about. I can count at least 2 or 3 that you can see even in that dusky look. But when he runs to the ship, he runs and there are people already gathered there. You cannot see that in the original shot. That's why are they there? Why is he running to them? I have no proximity to what's happening to understand a plan beyond the idea that we have to get everybody behind it except for those I'm going to put here. By the way, I'm going to put the ones that I actually supposed to care about as the bait.
Most
bait,
dangerous
yeah.
place, yeah.
Not the, hey, Estella, I love you, honey. Go hang out
hide
behind the
out.
ship. I'll kill somebody else.
Wouldn't you ask Ari to ride out there? I mean, if you're really like, the real bait would be the other monkey that they want
You
to
said you wanted to help us. You said you want to do something. I need you to be the bait.
I need you to do this. So he comes back. He says, hey, we can win this. It's been done before on my planet.
What the fuck is that?
Look, our history is filled with men who've done amazing things. That history belongs to you. And I'm like, what the fuck? What does that even mean? These people have no concept of what this is. I needed to hear, hey, this is General so-and-so. Hey, this moment was this. Because I have no idea what history he's referencing.
Yeah,
in
I
this
mean,
moment.
just to say, hey, first of all, how they accept his motivation from hey, everybody run away and go home to, hey, I just changed my mind. We can win this fight. Where did this change in attitude come from as far as they're concerned? And second of all, yes, he should have been mentioning examples. He could have just real subtly said, there was one time 300 people stopped an entire army. And, you just make a reference to the Battle of Thermopylae.
If he just mentioned a battle or a general or a war or a moment that would make sense other than it's been done on my planet of not apes before, doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. And, as we're going through it, my thought is, okay, I've got an idea. It may give us a chance. I need everybody to get behind the ship. The person who should be the bait is Leo. He should be the one that's out there. That's who they want, not all these other people.
Yeah.
He should say, I'm going to stay here. No, don't. I understand what I'm doing. Be a fucking hero. And he's not. He is just this asshole who's grabbing things. And to your point, we can win. Hey, we can win this. Nothing says hero like, hey,
girl, hey, we can win this.
Hey, y'all. Hay's for horses.
It's been done before on my planet.
How?
Look,
What has been done before? You've had a crashed out spaceship and you're trying to win a war and therefore you do something crazy with
super
fuel.
Intelligent apes.
Yeah, it's not been done on your planet before.
And then also, look. No. Take these hey and look.
Wait.
What?
Look, our history is filled with amazing men who've done amazing... Wait, let me do this again. Look, our history is filled with men who've done amazing things, and I am not one of them. What? Who is he referencing? I don't get it.
If anything, that speech should be, and I don't have a particular moment in history I'm going for, but it should be one of these. My planet is full of moments like this when armies who seem like they're unable to climb that mountain have achieved greatness. Trust me. That's the fucking speech.
Give me a David and Goliath. Give me a little tiny David and Goliath.
That's right. We can conquer.
We can
forces if we work together.
We band of brothers.
The reason exactly. Yeah. The reason that you all have been put into this situation is you've never come together as one force, but if we trust each other,
we are strong, united.
We can be that, Well, okay, let's get to the next film. And there is a saying in the next set of movies that the apes, and I won't say what it is, they say it, and it is meant to be that if we work together, we are better than when we are alone. What the fuck? It is so obvious that's what the speech needs to be.
But hey,
why would anyone follow him?
Our history is filled with men who have done amazing things. It's in history books. Go buy some. What? You can't.
No, you gotta trust me. You gotta believe me. Trust me. No, and there's this one guy that can fly, and another one he only comes out at night and he fights people. And then there's got a magic ring.
Magic ring. I was gonna go with the magic ring point.
For this to work the way it is, when he says that history belongs to you now, we almost needed one of these humans to have been in when we found out for sure that Leo was from space and that's what this was, and he came from another planet. He's come from another planet. We needed to see them in the pockets of humans going, Leo is a traveler from another world. You need to have this he is something. They've built it out of it.
Right.
So when he tells this story, they at least have some foundation. Because if I'm half these people, I'm like, what? What? You're not from here? Has that traveled throughout? We've seen no evidence of that.
He's going to tell them in a moment to get behind the ship. Do they know that's a ship?
Yeah.
True.
Do they even know what it is?
You know how I know we can find out? If we go to tomorrow and we leave this minute in the past, if you'll get behind this minute.
Okay.
Trust me.
Can Sean run out in front?
Yeah. Sean, you're the bait.
I'm the bait.
Sean's the bait.
I'm the master bait.
Okay, that's it. We'll be back tomorrow. Everyone have a great day.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.